They look ordinary. Some Jefferson nickels could be worth up to $80,000 prices at auctions. What makes them special? A minting mistack, a rare composition. In this video we're diving deep into the top 3 most valuable Jefferson nickels that turn spare change into jaw-dropping jackpots. You might have one sitting in your coin jar right now. If you're a collector or just curious, get ready to uncover the rare details that transform these everyday coins into numismatic legends. We're diving deep into one of the rarest and most valuable errors ever to come from the Denver Mint, the 1962 Jefferson nickel, with major minting mistakes that could turn your average 5-cent coin into a literal fortune. You're going to discover how one small defect barely visible to the naked eye can mean the difference between a 5-cent coin and a payday bigger than some lottery wins. The background: the Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American coinage since 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, the coin features a left-facing profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his home, Monticello, on the reverse. While most 1962 nickels are indeed ordinary, a tiny percentage were struck with unbelievable mint errors, and it's these rare anomalies that have captured the attention and the wallets of serious collectors. Most valuable and errors: double die obverse DDO, $10,000 to $20,000. Off-center strikes, $15,000 to $25,000. Wrong planchet errors, $12,000 to $18,000. Real auction sales price and valuable. Let's take a look at real-world auction results to understand just how valuable these error nickels can be. PCGS MS66FS full steps sold for $7,500. Clean surfaces, well struck, with strong Monticello detail. This coin was one of the top-graded examples known. MS65 RPM number 1 repunched mint mark sold $4.1, 2000 clear visible doubling of the D strong collector demand from Jefferson RPM hunters. Off-center strike sold for $2,000. Struck 25% off-center with full date and mint mark visible. PCGS 55 Australian dollars wrong planchet, on a cent planchet sold for $15,000. Extremely rare mint error. Red tinted nickel on copper planchet, one of the only known examples from 1962. Hidden gems. Several coins with errors have sold in private sales for undisclosed amounts, fueling speculation that 6-figure sales have occurred quietly between private collectors. How to identify one? Now here's the part you've been waiting for. How you can find these rare errors in your own change or collection. What to look for. Check the steps of Monticello. Use a 5x to 10x magnifying glass. Look for complete, uninterrupted steps. 5 to 6 clear lines. Inspect the mint mark. Look closely at the D under the date. Look for signs of doubling, shadowing, or repositioning. Scan for doubling on letters. Look for thickening or notched letters. Check for shape anomalies. Any coin that looks off-centered, too small, or oddly shaped could be a wrong planchet or misstrike. Compare your coin to known errors on sites like PCGS.com, VarietyVista.com, and ErrorRef.com. Get a professional opinion. If you suspect you have a valuable error, submit your coin to PCGS or NGC for grading and authentication. We're talking about a coin so elusive, so mysterious, that even the US Mint couldn't explain its origins for decades. A coin with an error so unique it shattered expectations and rewrote numismatic history. Introducing the 1964 SMS Jefferson nickel, a shadow coin that could be hiding in plain sight. These aren't your average nickels. These are ultra-rare, mint-produced anomalies with stunning finishes. A brief history of the Jefferson nickel. Before diving into the 1964 SMS error, let's set the stage. The Jefferson nickel was introduced in 1938, replacing the beloved Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, the new nickel featured President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his home, Monticello, on the reverse. Over the decades, billions were struck, and the design remained largely unchanged until 2004. But 1964 was a special year. It marked the final year before America's coinage. Real auction sales price and market value. The 1964 SMS Jefferson nickel is considered a numismatic treasure, and a few known examples have fetched jaw-dropping prices at auction. 1964 SMS Jefferson nickel, PCGS SP68 sold for $32,900 at Heritage auctions. Stunning strike, perfect satin finish, among the highest graded examples ever found. PCGS SP67 sold for $18,800. Came from a matched 1964 SMS set offered in an exclusive sale with strong collector demand. NGC SP66 estimated value $15,000 to $20,000 sold in a private sale. Still highly desirable despite slightly lower grade theoretical value in SP69 or SP70. While no examples graded SP69 or above have surfaced, collectors speculate that a perfect strike could break $100,000, especially as demand for ultra-rare Jefferson Nickels grows. Full set including 1964 SMS Kennedy half dollar. A complete 1964 SMS set has sold for over $125,000 in the past. In other words, your ordinary-looking nickel could be a six-figure coin if it's the elusive 1964 SMS variety. How to identify a 1964 SMS Jefferson Nickel. If you think you found one of these legendary coins, here's how to tell: what to look for: finish not quite proof, but with a brilliant satin-like surface. Strike quality: deeply struck devices, very sharp Monticello steps rim, square and strong. Not rounded like regular strikes. Luster: uniform and satiny, not frosty like later proofs. No die marks. SMS coins were struck with polished dies, showing minimal marks or contact points. Best way to confirm: submit your coin to PCGS or NGC for authentication and grading. Look for the designation SP, specimen, on the slab, not MS or PR. The mysterious and mind-blowing world of the 1965 Jefferson Nickel, a coin that, under the right circumstances, is anything but ordinary. While millions of these were minted, only a tiny handful hold rare and bizarre mint errors that could skyrocket their value from mere cents to hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. The background: the Jefferson Nickel, first introduced in 1938, was designed by Felix Schlag, featuring a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, his Virginia estate, on the reverse. Fast forward to 1965, and the U.S. Mint was undergoing a major transformation. The coin shortage of the early 1960s had pushed the mint to remove silver from circulating coins. The rarest 1965 Jefferson Nickel errors, struck on a silver planchet. $8,000 to $5,000. Double struck or multiple strikes. $2,000 to $20,000. Off metal strikes planchet, $25,000 to $35,000. Clipped planchet errors. $10,000 to $30,000. Record auction sales and current market value. Let's talk cold hard numbers. Here are some actual auction results that prove these coins are serious money makers. 1965 Jefferson Nickel struck on silver planchet, sold for $587,500 at Heritage Auctions. Double struck nickel in MS66 fetched $18,400. Copper planchet error cent strike sold for $25,000. Clipped planchet with 60% crescent clip brought in $3,250. 1965 full steps nickel PCGS MS67 sold for $15,500. Uncertified but suspiciously undergrad examples have sold for $100,000 plus privately. And remember, if the condition is better, or the error is more dramatic, prices could soar into the millions. How to identify a rare 1965 Jefferson Nickel? If you're wondering how to identify one of these life-changing coins, here's what you need to check. Weigh the coin. Use a digital scale accurate to 1 centimo. Standard nickel, 5.00 grams. Silver dime planchet, 2.5 grams. Copper cent planchet, 3.11 grams. If your 1965 nickel weighs significantly less or more, you may have an error. Inspect for off-metal tones. Silver-like shine could be on a silver planchet. Reddish copper tone might be struck on a cent planchet. Check the edges and strike quality. Blurry rims, doubled images, or overlapping details can indicate double strikes. Missing or soft Monticello steps, not rare. Sharp, crisp steps, full steps, huge potential value. Look for odd shapes, crescent clips. Get it authenticated. If you suspect you found one of these rarities, send it to PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation.